But let's get into to this week. So we have the championship weekend, AFC and NFC, both happening on Sunday, the first game of the week. So what we're going to do is we're both going to pick each game. We're going to pick who covers the spread and also the over/under for both games. So starting out 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the San Francisco 49ers, who play in Santa Clara, but the San Francisco 49ers are traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Eagles are 2.5-point favorites. Over/under is 46. For some reason, the Niners keep getting these over/unders of 46. It's wonky. It's scary to me now because it's a whole number. So, yeah, Micah, I'll start with you. What do you think? Who covers? What do you think about the over/under? All you.
Yeah, I think that the Eagles go out here and win this game. I'm hesitant to say that they're going to cover because these types of games are the types of games that tend to come down to like game-winning field goal because you're down by 2 or you're down by 1. You drive down, you get that game-winning field goal. I'm going to sit here and say that the true bang bang gang that's coming out with this W is the bang bang bird gang, not the Niner gang, and they're going to cover. They're going to win by 3 or more, and finally going to get that time to see the Niners lose. I have a good buddy who's an Eagles fan. So, Dustin, this one's for you. Go out there, let's do it. Let's get this
You got
dub
this,
and
Dustin.
shut up all these Niner fans.
Over/under is 46. So I'll give my thoughts on the game, but what do you think about points here? 46 again.
That's tough. I think that I'm going to take the over because life's too short to bet the under. Also, first week of the playoffs, high scoring weekend. Second week, low scoring weekend. What does that say? We're back on a high scoring weekend. So I'm taking the over.
Great. Love it. Just, get a little 27-24 action. You're covering that thing on both ends if the Eagles win. This is an interesting game. I mean, having the Niners having to travel to Philadelphia is going to be tough. Probably going to be cold. It's usually cold back there. And I think going into last weekend, kind of picture in my mind like, okay, Niners win, Eagles win, they're going to face each other. I felt pretty good about the Niners. They didn't look great on Sunday, and I think Brock Purdy does everything he can to try to throw picks and isn't successful, and Dak Prescott does the same thing but just is successful. So that it just worries me. Just if they're limited with Purdy and kind of being able to open up that offense and take the shots they need to, I'm sure Shanahan will fix it. But I still think there's some hesitancy around their confidence, or I guess the confidence level around Purdy there. So then, not to mention, you have Christian McCaffrey as of Thursday today. Him and Deebo Samuel did not, or him and Elijah Mitchell actually did not practice. Deebo Samuel was limited, so they're banged up. I know that I'm sure they're still going to play and suit up, but I think it's going to be a tough sledding, and this is not because I despise the Niners. I actually respect them secretly, but don't tell anyone that. I do think they lose. I think Philly is this not like team of destiny, but they got so much swag. They got a lot of momentum going into this. They just completely smoked the Giants. Unfortunately for Micah on that cover, but I think they have a lot going for them, and I think Niners defense is good. It has been exposed at times. I think Philly's defense, from my vantage point, is better than the Cowboys' defense, and then Niners struggled against them. So, really, if I think it comes down to if it's Jalen Hurts against Brock Purdy, then I would take the Eagles in that. So I think the Eagles win. I think they cover as well by 3 or more. And then over/under, I just have to take the over just because. So I was considering taking the under to go against you, but I knew it would backfire. But maybe that's actually, I'm gonna take the under. I'm shifting it. I'm taking the under 46 just so you and I have some skin in the game. And this is also because I'm turning my back on the over. It's going to get you the over on that, which will be your first victory in the playoffs. That was not a dig at you, but I think that's where I'm going with that angle. Cool. So
One last thing, I just wanted to say that if it'd be very interesting if we saw a snow game out of this one too, just with Philly's illustrious history of football games in the snow. They always say that your best offense is a battery-filled snowball defense. So
that's right. People forget.
2023 might not see that. And Philly fans, if you're not soft, you might throw some battery-powered snowballs. I don't want you to, but it'd be a real shame. real shame if someone stooped to that
Sure.
level.
Dustin, if you're listening, think about it. I think a lot of things changed in the NFL over the years. The NFL's a little softer, a lot more rules centered around offense. Philly fans haven't changed.
Well, I just don't know if you can bring batteries into a game anymore either. So that'll be
I
one.
mean, someone stuck in a dildo in Buffalo 2 years ago. So I think all options are on the table. And if any fan base is going to do it, I think it's Philadelphia fan base. So, anyways, go Eagles. Moving on to the primetime game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to Kansas City. Kansas City is favored by 1 point. Basically, a pick 'em here. And the over under is 47. So, Micah, what are we feeling? Bengals, Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl. You're on your honor.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be hoping that the Bengals go out in here and get the W. I want them to beat the Chiefs, obviously. I just really want to see a Niners Chiefs loss. I don't want to see either of them go to the Super Bowl, right? So I'm gonna will this into the universe. Bengals are gonna win. Obviously means they're gonna cover because they're dogs. Hungry tigers run faster in the cold,
Hungry Tigers do.
something along those lines. Yeah, Bengals going to get a win, which means they're going to cover. Going to have to I'll take the under on this one. I think there's probably going to be the over, but I'm taking the under because I know you want
Love
to
it.
take the over.
That's right.
So
Thank
we
you,
can
sir.
have some dueling skin in this game in this weekend.
Yeah. I love it. So I was actually going into this probably about an hour ago. I'm like, I think I'm going to go Kansas City on this until I read a report that I forgot who it was on the
Willie
Chiefs.
Gay.
Willie Gay asked, "What is there anything special, or what sticks out to you, or what's special about these Bengals offense or their team or whatever?" And he just said nothing. Nothing stands out. Nothing special. And I'm like, all right, I'm going Bengals now. That's for sure. So I just think Joe Burrow is awesome. I think that team, even though they're the defending NFC champ or AFC champions, I think they are like the team out of the four that has nothing to lose. They're counted out. They had a weird game, in the wild card round against the Ravens. They're counted out against the Bills because the Bills were the team of destiny. And then really, I think that they're coming into Kansas City, and they own Kansas City at Arrowhead, 3-0 Joe Burrow at Arrowhead. So I'm going to take the Bengals. And yes, I would say there's nothing worse, and we had it 3 years ago, Chiefs Niners. It's a lose-lose for the Raider fans, right? You hate the Niners, hate the Chiefs, right? Let's just not even attempt that situation and have them both lose. So give me the Bengals on the road. Banged up Mahomes is definitely going to play a factor there. I think the Bengals are hot. Joe Burrow's cool, all those things. So, and then give me the over. Thank you for the layup there, taking the under, but over 47, loving it. Give me 27-21 Bengals.